Rain, rain, go away. Come again some other day. All right. What up? What up? What up? It is raining outside, so I'm guessing that we're gonna have no one online that's gonna be doing the workout today. But we did our workout earlier, Sway and I, and we got a good one in. Played 1-on-1, and he scored 5 points against me. All right. So he almost beat me 7-5. I'd actually come back to beat him. I think he was up 5-0 even. Then I had to just pound it down low. All right. He hit some really, really tough shots. I think when Sway's on, he's on, man. And we did the 3 dribble max, but he almost got me. So he has one more month to beat me before I call it a wrap. So playing every single day, and we'll see if he gets me. He has a chance. He has a chance. Anyways, it's a rainy day again. Like I said, for rainy days, I did just do a workout about an hour ago with Everett, and we tried to do it here, but it was raining. So what we did was we opened up the garage door and we did the work in the garage. Now you couldn't shoot, but did we get a good workout in? Yeah. I mean, we did some ball handling, we did some other things like that. So I mean, there's always ways to get better, and that's what life's all about: is to figure out ways to get better, to figure out ways to improve, and then do it. All right. So just because it rains does not mean that you are incapacitated. Does not mean that you can't get better. All right. Anyway, so let's get better today by talking it out real quick. All right. We have a Friday, and it's Friday the 13th. What a lucky day. All right. I always see this day as like the luckiest day because I feel that some people actually believe in Friday the 13th being unlucky. And the way that I see it is this: if you think that you're going to be unlucky, you have negative thoughts. And if you have negative thoughts, your life's going to be a little bit more negative. So since I don't believe that, and other people do believe that, that means that by default, my life is going to be seemingly better than these people's. So on this day, especially, this is my lucky day, all right, because I happen to not believe in it. So this is great. All right, do I believe in good luck days? I guess I do. I don't know. So this is my good luck day. I was always happy to play on Friday the 13th. I always like post like pictures about it. Like, and I do love Halloween too. So it's like a very, very cool, special, dark thing. So anyways, I say that because you have to make the most of what you're given. All right. For basketball players, especially, you're going to be given things in life, given playing time, not playing time, given this, not given that, and etc. And you have to make sure that whatever you're given, you have to understand that it's a lot. All right. And you have to make the most of it. All right. So if you have a chance, like we have a chance today to go inside the gym to shoot, we're going to do so. All right. Because now they have restrictions for COVID, and now they just moved up to the red. And I had to read through the article real quick to see if we were allowed to stay open. They said that gyms are closed, but what they mean are fitness gyms. That means gyms where people are lifting weights and stuff. We are not a fitness gym. And they also said movie theater concessions are closed, not movie theaters. So we're okay there as well. But the concession stands are closed. I'm actually going to a movie on Sunday too. So I was like, oh. But I read through it all and we're okay. But who knows about next week? Who knows about next month? They may shut us down too. So we must stay diligent. But now that we can shoot, we must do it. All right. We must understand that this is our time to get better, and that we have an opportunity because they can shut it down at any point in time. All right. And I mean, we can get hurt at any point in time. Anything can stop us doing it. So we must relish in this opportunity. And what we can't do is say, when are we going to play games? Come on, dude. Come on. When are the games? Because as soon as you start playing games, you're going to be like, when are the high school games? Or when are the playoff games? Or when are the fun games? Or like whatever. You're never going to be happy with whatever you're doing. Because you were just playing games last year, and I remember some of you guys skipping games. I was like, hey, we have a game on Saturday. You're like, I don't know. I have a birthday party to go to. All right, dude, you missed it. So what you're given right now is the indoor workouts. Take advantage of it. All right, take advantage of it. You never know when it can be gone. What you're given right now is youth. Your youth, your body. Before my back starts aching, as an old man, you guys are given a chance to run around. Take advantage of it. Don't be sleeping inside all day. Take advantage of every opportunity that you guys see. All right, speaking of advantages, let's talk about our workout today. We have elementary school, the back down series. The back down series is a play that dominant players do. And basically, it's like you take the ball and you dribble, and you back someone down. All right. And that's actually what I do against Sway whenever he starts to beat me. I just back him down. I have it's three dribble max, but I can get there in three dribbles. He tries as hard as I weigh too much. I'm bigger. And when I do that, the only way to guard me is by double teaming. And if you double team, I'm going to pass it to the open player. And if I can do that, then the only way that you can guard me is to guard me one-on-one. And if I can back someone down and I can score off that, now I'm unguardable. Something that simple, where if I back someone down and you come help, and I can pass out accurately and they can hit a wide open shot, and if you play me one-on-one and I can back down to the score, there is nothing anybody can do in the world if those two things are happening. All right? Because if they double team you, they lose. If they single team you, they lose. They can't win. All right. So if you put someone into an unwinnable situation, then you have them. But now there are only certain people that can do this, right? Like me in high school, I could do it. Me in college, not so much. LeBron James, he can do it right now, and that's why he's unstoppable. All right. So what you want to do if you're ever in this position, you want to dominate just like that. Now to get yourself in that position, you got to practice those two things, and that's where the back down series comes into play. The one thing that we don't practice on are the passes. As you back down, you got to come as they bring a double team, which is hard to replicate. You got to pass it accurately across the court, and it can come from anywhere. It can come from straight ahead, from across from there. You don't know where the double team is going to come from, so your head has to be up. You got to step and go like this. You got to dribble the ball away from the defender that's guarding you, and you have to be kind of strong too. All right, so you back them down. Secondly, you got to be able to do our moves, and these are the moves that we're going to practice on. This is the back down series moves. All right, as you back down, you get really, really close, and then you go pro hop, bounce, boom, slap, jump into the middle, shoot a hook shot. The other way that you can score is you can fake middle, bounce, and then spin back toward the baseline and shoot a jumper. Then you can, if they're pushing you way early, you can turn and run early and go straight toward the basket, one-handed layup. And if they push you this way and you have the baseline, now you can spin, switch hands, and score a reverse layup on the opposite side. And then the last one, the fifth one that we work on is we go down and then we can do the jerk Nowitzki fade where I step toward them, fade away, and shoot my shots. If you have all five of those and you can pass, that's unstoppable. All right. So this is the baseline series back down. All right. Next one is pick and roll rescreen. For pick and roll rescreen, we come over a screen, we hit the screen, and then they flat show. What a flat show is they don't run at you, but they also don't let you go. They just kind of contain you. They go along the free throw line, and the person helping you out will just make sure that you don't go to the basket. If you don't have an immediate shot because your man ran around the screen on the top side, what you want to do is rescreen. The person that just screened is going to turn around and rescreen, and where his man ran to the free throw line, now you go back over the screen again, make your man hit that screen, and now you have no one showing on the other side unless the big man can sprint 12 feet in that fast of time. So screen rescreen is done when they flat show. We saw a lot of that in the playoffs with Damian Lillard. He did the rescreen pretty well. Toronto Raptors do it pretty well. All right. Who else does it? The Lakers do it, sort of. All right. But it's the screen rescreen. Next one is Statue of Liberty. For this drill, Statue of Liberty, you're thinking like the statue holding the thing up. All right. Well, now you're holding a ball up. And you got to dribble in, take the ball with just one hand, hold it like this, and then score with just one hand. All right. So it stays in one hand the whole time. So it's called the Statue of Liberty because the ball's up high and it looks like you're holding up like a lantern or something like the Statue of Liberty does. All right. And then you score. Having that kind of ball control does not require enormously big hands. It helps if you have big hands, but you can actually just grip it like this if you're running fast and then turn it as you're running. So it's just ball control, not if you have big hands. All right. Next one is 2-ball catch layups. For this one, you're going to dribble the basketball. As you drive, a coach tosses you another basketball, and then you score. All right. Now, if you notice, that's also a Statue of Liberty because you're not going to touch the ball with the other hand. But now you're going to be catching a ball at the same exact time. And the drill that we did before that was the back down series where one of them was back down, turn and run. Statue of Liberty. So for this workout, we do 3 Statue of Liberty plays all in one. Next one is dowel jumps. All right, that's where we have sticks. Do I have any in the cart? No. You have sticks on the ground. Two sticks. You jump over one as fast as you possibly can, and that is side jump. So you'll be jumping side to side, and then the coach will say switch, and then you'll jump over this one side to side. Switch again, but then you jump forward and backwards. So not side to side, but forward and backwards over it. If he says front, so the 3 words are front, side, and switch. If you're going front and they say switch, you jump over these 2, or this one right here. That switch again, then you go like that. You don't twist around. And through this drill, we focus on just those 3 words plus the word stop. If we say stop, and you want to be as quick as you possibly can, so that your mind will match your feet. All right, because your mind and your feet are separate entities, and the more that they communicate, the better that you're going to be able to do moves, better that you're going to be able to correct yourself shooting and other things like that, better that you can react on defense, etc. All right, so this drill kind of melds those 2 entities together. Ali going to do the show. Is Ali going to do the show? They say that Ali has football, so I'm not sure. I think your parents think that you just want to do the show with another kid. So maybe you won't be able to do it, man. Unless you can talk someone else into doing it. I don't know. We're going to see if it happens. So maybe you can talk to him yourself and say, hey, Ali, do it. Because the show's going to be at 4 o'clock, maybe. Yeah, at 4 o'clock. So it's pretty early. I don't know if he really has football during that time. Maybe. I don't know. So sorry if that doesn't happen, Leandre, but we tried. All right. Anyways, furthermore, we have peekaboo shots. Peekaboo shots is when you come off the screen, and if someone trails you, you curl. If someone hits the screen, you come straight out. Someone goes on top of the screen, you flare to the corner. Those are peekaboo shots, and no matter how they do it, you should be able to get open off a down screen. And the point guard should be able to hit you off a down screen, reading how you got open. This is why we help our defender, because it's impossible. If the offensive player steps underneath the basket and comes off the screen and reads the screen well for those 3 things, it's going to be impossible to stay with them unless the guy has some help. First guy helping is the person screening, that guy's defender. He's going to help by stepping off. But also pay attention to the curl. All right? And 2, the person guarding the ball needs to play closely to the ball handler and also keep his hand up to make that pass a little hard, all right? So that the pass isn't that easy, now you get a little bit of leniency coming off that screen. All right, quote of the day: we repeat what we don't repair. It's a witty saying because, repeat, repair, they kind of sound the same. But we repeat what we don't repair. And this is talking about mistakes. More than anyone, I love when you make mistakes. I love mistakes. Love. Because it shows me that you're trying. It shows me that you're pushing yourself hard enough to try to make mistakes. However, I love mistakes the most. What I hate the most is repeated mistakes. You can make the mistake once, but then learn from that mistake. All right, don't make the same mistake over and over and over again. So what that means is we repeat what we don't repair. So when you see a mistake, you got to repair it. You got to fix it. You got to spend all day fixing that mistake because I just highlighted something that was bad. So basically, it's like say you had like a coloring book, and you were like, "Hey, coach, hey, teacher, did I color this incorrectly?" And I looked at the whole thing. And I was like, "Oh no, you missed the sun. You didn't color in the sun. Here's a yellow marker. This is how you color the sun, and you need to color the sun." So then the next day you bring me the artwork and I see it and you go, "Hey teacher, how am I doing?" I'll look at it and I'll be like, "Dude, your sun is still blank. Did you color the sun at all?" You're like, "Oh, that was it." I was like, "Well, where's the yellow crayon I gave you?" You're like, "I ate it." And I'm like, "Oh, what are you doing?" It's like that. Okay, so if you have a mistake, you repair it. You should be excited when I point out, "Hey, you're just missing this one part." You should go home and work on that one part. So many people go, I hear you. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go home and eat some spaghettios, come back tomorrow and do nothing. Thanks a lot, coach. Why did we tell you? Why did we even tell you why did we even try to coach you? There's no reason to coach you if you're not going to listen. If I tell you something that you're doing wrong, you need to go home and work on it for like an hour. I'm sorry, that's too long. A minute. Do it for a minute. Okay. If you can do it for a minute, maybe 10 minutes. Okay. So we have a drill called the Weekly Improvement Challenge. It's on our website, I believe. I'm not sure if I did that one yet, actually, where it's in the book, definitely. But you want to write down all the mistakes that you did for that day. At least one thing per day that you didn't do well that you want to work on. And then the next week, you want to spend 5 minutes per day on each of those things. All right. And that's the beginning to improvement right there. You don't just make mistakes, you learn from your mistakes. All right. Go with the middle school drills. We have autonomous workouts. We talked about that last time. Judge rank dribbling, retreat explode drill, step ups to shots, baseline sweep finger roll, pick and roll layup to create. Now, when I get this show off the ground, we actually have it, you will notice, all right, because one, I won't be here. There's no way I'm doing this show. That's what I found out. I mean, I might do it for an extra, like, I will do this show for one more year. Then I will never do it again in my entire life. I can't do this show, dude. It's not my style. It's not what I do. I don't like it. It's hard to talk the entire time. It is rough on me. But when we get the show going, I'm gonna get some professionals in here, and they're gonna be the ones doing it in a studio, like a nice thing. They won't be in their car. All right, this is lame. I'm lame. I'm lame. They're gonna be in a studio, but when they get it done, just so we're not repeating things so often, and so that we can really delve into it, I don't want them going over all three workouts. I'm going to have them talk quickly about the middle school and high school workouts, and then delve in deeply about the elementary. Or maybe we'll pick high school. I'm not sure. All right. So that's how we're going to do it. Because again, I've been doing that for the last couple of weeks, and I like that a lot. So we talk about the elementary in detail. Then I just go quickly over the rest. So then it leaves the show open for other things too. And when we have our show starting in December, we're going to have some high school kids here, and and I'm going to be working them out, and you're going to be watching that too. So that will limiting the amount of stuff that we go over will also be good for that. And the show can take on a different thing if we happen to have someone signing up for the show too. So if they come in for a private session on that day during the show hour, now the workout will be about the middle school instead. So overall, you need to have the book, read the book, and then again, if you have any questions, you have to ask them on the spot. So going over quickly for the high school, just to finish it out, we have pick and roll, retreat the pass. All right, so Sway and I did this one, and he kept going over the pick and roll, then he would retreat, and I would switch places, whether it be underneath the basket or for a three, and he had a pass to me. It was a hard pass to make, and then I would shoot it. And then he had to go from being a passer to being a rebounder to stay aggressive. So we practiced that. Then we did jump stop to corner option. That's where I sprint in, jump stop, pass to him for a corner shot, or I lowered it, and then he has to go back door. He sucks at reverse layups. I mean, but he needs to get better, so we're working on that. Jab to three option jumper. Did pretty well in that one. I'll say that. He did pretty well in that one. We have to jab, read me, and then either shoot it, go, or crossover dribble. Shots to box outs. This one is such a stupid drill, but you just need it. I shoot, he runs toward me, and then goes to the basket. Everyone, even he did it one time wrong, where everyone, when they shoot the ball toward the basket, everyone wants to run to the basket. It's just natural. You got to break that habit. And whenever someone shoots the ball, you run towards your man to go box him out. You run away from the ball. So it's so weird. It's like, hey, do you want the ball? You want the ball? You're like, yeah, please. And they're like, go get the ball. And then you run toward it. But it's going to hit the rim and bounce over your head. If you're smart, let's say that you're a dog, and they're like, you want the ball, boy? You want the ball? And then they throw it across the lawn. Instead of running toward the ball, you run towards your owner and tackle them. All right? It's like that. So you have to do everything backwards. So when they shoot a shot up and toward the rim, you have to get down and go away from the rim. All right? Next thing, Is Lana's moves. We did those. It's just a four different moves from the mid post area. Taking our time with it, stepping middle, shooting a shot, spinning back, shoot that shot, spin back, pump fake, go straight. Last one is 101 post. Works with a little bit. I show them mainly the defensive part of this. When someone shoots a post shot, you crowding them with your chest is all that you need to do. Hands up like this and crowd them with your chest when they're shooting a post shot. That's a hard shot to make. Offensively, you want to make sure that you step toward them, hit them, make them move forward so that if they then step in front of you, now you can spin back and shoot your hook shot the other way. And if they don't, then you can capsize them and take over them. But if you try to step around them, you're weak, you've gone nowhere, and you've made them not adjust to anything. So there's that. Those are all the workouts. And that's what we're doing. All right. Last, I think on Monday it was, maybe Monday, Tuesday. Let's say Tuesday. All right. On Tuesday, we had Wednesday. Dang it. Okay, I'm going to say Wednesday. Yeah. On Wednesday, we had two new kids come to our workout. And it was a third grade boy and a sixth grade girl. And their brother and sister. And it was funny. The boy came up to me and he has the funniest question. He just comes up and he's like, while everyone's working out. And I was like, yes. And he's like, I have a question. I was like, yes, what is your question? He's like, how old do you have to be here? And I knew where he was getting at. I knew he was thinking he's the only young kid. I knew, but I said the opposite. I was like, why? Do you think that you're too old to be here? And he goes, no, the opposite. There's no other small kids like me. And I was like, well, Leandre comes on Mondays. You come on Wednesdays. Ali comes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you guys just come on different days. And he's like, oh. And he goes, and why are all the older kids the leaders and you aren't the leader? So I told him two things. One, I like the little kids with the older kids because it makes you guys grow up faster. And the two, I like the older kids with the younger kids because it makes them want to be leaders better. They get to practice their leadership. And in the beginning, when I was doing the workouts, I was up there saying all the stuff. I was like, let's do this. And then I was like, wait, I'm good at this. Who cares about me? I'm not a basketball player anymore. Let's let other people become good at it. And this is what I told the kid, and he started understanding it. I thought it was a cool moment. Then afterwards, I called him out, though. And I was like, he just said his sixth grade sister. Oh, because he also asked, where are the other girls? And I was like, there are no other girls. And Momo comes on Thursdays. Sorry, your sister came on Wednesdays. All right. And Gabby comes on Mondays. It's just different. So instead of worrying about everyone looking like you, you need to take on the challenges that life has to offer you. All right. So Leandre, Ali's not going to do the show. Do you still want to do it? I offered you the same price. I know it's better to work out with someone. I know, I get it. But again, I was just offering. All right. And you don't always get what you want in life, but you must make the most of it. There's always ways to make the most of things. All right. And sure, you want to be with your friends. I'm sure that you want to be with people that look like you, but sometimes it's not that. Especially when everyone says little kids can't do it. You need to be defiant against that. And when some people say that little girls can't do it, you need to be defiant against that because, again, like I told everyone in the gym that day, all I hear when I hear he's too young or is that girls can't play basketball, all I hear in my head from me growing up is you will still do the workouts nice. All I hear in my head is black people can't do it. I know that's not what anyone's saying, but that's the life that I lived when I was growing up. People used to say black people can't do certain things because we're not smart enough, not good enough, not whatever. And I hated that. So whenever I hear that this player isn't athletic enough, or this guy's too short, or this girl's too much of a girl, I feel their pain and I fight against it. All right. Don't you ever tell me that you can't do something or that someone can't do something. I hate that more than anything on earth. You can do anything that you set your mind to. All right. Because that's just how I believe. And I think that's true in life. So believe in yourself. Don't come to me like that. And know your worth and understand that I'm giving you an opportunity, guys. I'm giving you an opportunity to work with older people. Lucky you. I'm giving the girls an opportunity to work with the boys. Lucky you. I'm giving the older kids an opportunity to be coaches. I literally sit up there and say nothing the whole time. You guys seen me. And everyone, I get 3 different leaders, and you guys have to speak out loud. And I get on you guys only about your leadership skills. I'm giving you guys an opportunity to be leaders in this world. And rarely do kids get an opportunity to be a leader. Usually it's your parents saying, shut up and let me speak for you. But some parents are smart. And they will say, hey, we're at Subway. Give them your order. And you're like, oh, I'm scared. I don't know what to say. They're like, try. And parents will let you be a leader. And that's the kind of parent that I am. That's the kind of coach that I am. I want you guys to be leaders out there. Anyways, a motivational story of the day is the point of lifting weights is to get stronger. It's not to lift the weights. Only when you lose sight of the primary objective does the monotony and the pressure become overwhelming. What that means is this. When you lift a weight, let's call this a weight. You're not lifting it to lift it. If I lifted it to lift it, I would go like this. Lift and then keep it lifted. Why would I lift it and put it back down? Lift it and put it back down. Because I want to get stronger, duh. But now if this weight was on top of Leandre and he was like, hell, I lifted it. And even then I lifted it because he asked me to. So, am I losing connection? I think you can hear me. So, when you lift weights, you're doing it to get stronger. But also, when you're working out, you're doing it to become better. And you must never lose sight of that. So when you're shooting, don't be like, I'm bored. No. Are you bored of getting better? When you're playing against better teams and you're losing. I froze for a moment. I saw that. When you're playing against better teams and you're losing, don't worry about it. You're doing it to get better. Are you doing it to win a game? No, right? Because if you were playing the game, let's just say that you were down by 50, and I was like, change the score. And they just change the score for you, and they say, okay, you win, and they gave you a trophy. Would you take that trophy? Nah. Or if the other team just sat down and was like, okay, score on us now, and they'd let you win? No, of course not. All right? So you're not playing the game to win. You're playing the game to get better. You're trying to win. That's how you're going to get better, but you're not playing the game to win. All right? So make sure that you're always improving so that one day you reach that point. And that point is probably your championship game in high school. That point is maybe your tryout in college. That point is maybe your NCAA tournament game in college. Or that point is when you make the NBA and you play then. That's when you're playing to win. All the games before that game, all the practices before that practice, all the lifting before that lifting was in preparation for that moment. So prepare for that moment, and don't forget that you're doing it for that moment. Don't get caught up in all the small, little bitty things. Okay? You're doing it for a reason. So another analogy before I end it, if you have a wife and you want to make your wife happy and she loves flowers, you can go out and pick flowers all day long. And as much as you might enjoy that or hate that, you're not doing it to pick flowers. You're doing it to make her happy. But now you pick them and you pick them and pick them. Well, you can't just throw it away. You did it. You weren't picking flowers just to pick flowers. So then you bring it to her. But then they get blown away in the wind and you can't give it to her. But then she looks at you and you're smiling. You're like, I love you. And she's like, oh, I'm so happy. Why would you be sad? Your whole point was to make her happy. All right. So for you guys, whether you win or lose, whether the weights are too heavy or too light, whether you're frustrated or not, realize and don't forget your main objective is to improve. All right. Forget all the rest of the stuff. Focus on your main objective. Get better every day. And with that said, I'm out. Time for me to get better. Going to Tice Valley to go work out with the kids. I will see you guys then. And again, Leandro, you have until Saturday to pay for the workout if you guys want them for January and February. I'm sorry that it couldn't be perfect. It happens. All right. Maybe we can also talk to some other kids that's doing it. I will ask some other younger kids if they want to do it. But you have to sign up first, and then maybe they can sign up for another price later. All right. Peace, guys.